Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. Congratulations on your confirmation, and we look forward to your leadership. And I'm not only a fellow veteran with the Air Force, I'm a fellow veteran picking watermelons, sweet corn, all that on the farm as a kid, too. It was a great upbringing. I think it was a good way to grow up.
It is a great way to grow up.
I think if I had to put the top issue in Nebraska for economic is trade. We're very dependent on our soybean trade, beef cattle, pork, and so forth. And with prices, down at 50%, supply high, and demand being, suppressed, the best thing we can do is open up those doors in China, Japan, perhaps Great Britain, after Brexit, get a trade deal with them. But I do hear a lot of concern talking to our agriculture community in Nebraska with some of the statements that have come out of the administration, whether it be NAFTA, TPP, and so forth. And yet I know there's a commitment to bilateral trade. But can you just give some confidence to the Nebraskans that our administration is bore-sighted on this, that they know the importance of agriculture and the trade of our agriculture products overseas? Thank you.
I really hope that's already been demonstrated with the President's decision on NAFTA, knowing that NAFTA is very important to Nebraska and that middle part of the country, and how agriculture has benefited from that NAFTA agreement, as well as the agreement with China. You grow a few cows in Nebraska, and they're going to benefit from opening that market as well. So hopefully we're on the way. And as Secretary Ross likes to say, we've only just begun. Mm-hmm. So I take him at his word on that, and we've got a lot of things that we do very well, and I hope we can get those things done as well. But I think, I'm an outcome kind of guy. I'm again, show me rather than tell me kind of thing. So hopefully we're showing.
Oh, well, thank you on that. I do believe that is our number one economic issue for Nebraska. And I think if I had to put a top three issue for our cattlemen and our pork producers, it is foot and mouth disease. So I want to thank you for your commitment here today already, saying that you want to make sure that we have the right safety plan in place and a precaution that could, prevent a catastrophe if that breaks out. That would put us back for years if that happened. And I hear a lot about it from our cattlemen and our pork producers. But the last thing I just want to ask you is concerning the SNAP program. I've probably met with about 100 different employers of different industries in the Omaha area, and their top concern is being able to hire full-time employees. They get a lot of part-time requests, but they're having a hard time filling their employment roles with full-time work. And they think, or many of them think, it's the cliff effect with a lot of the programs that we have, that if you earn over a certain amount, all of a sudden you lose all your benefits. So they would like to see a more tapered decline as you earn. Do you think our SNAP program has that built in, or do we need to do more work on that to ensure a more gradual decline as you earn more? Is there more work that we could do there, in your opinion?
I think that's a good point, and many people have talked about that. We know that the SNAP benefits are not that large anyway, but what we try to do in Georgia was give people a step out with using some of our resources over training and transportation, child care, in order for them to get a job. But I think I would welcome the consideration of a tiered pathway down rather than jumping off a cliff in that way. And I think that could have the effect of being more encouraging for people looking for work in doing that, knowing we've had some anecdotes about people not wanting to take a job because they would lose benefits. And I think if we had a tiered approach of doing that, would make more sense.
Well, thank you. As I mentioned, I've had 3 different roundtables with probably around 100 employers, and that was the consensus as being the number one issue that they're facing, at least in the urban area. So I appreciate your consideration on that. With that, I just want to commit to you that this committee and we look forward to working with you. What your position and what you do has a tremendous impact on our state, and we thank you for your leadership.
Thank you, sir.